Now tell. Okay, so what I was telling is we are going to study about alkenes today. Okay, so alkenes, they come under unsaturated hydrocarbon. So alkenes are nothing but unsaturated hydrocarbon which has carbon and carbon. There is carbon and carbon double bond present. Okay, so there is carbon and carbon double bond present. Then those compounds are categorized as alkenes. Now how do you write general formula? Alkenes, general formula for alkenes are CnH2n. Means how many numbers of carbon are there? With respect to that, we have double number of hydrogen present in them. Okay, so in alkenes, you see there is double number of hydrogen. Then those come under this category. Now these alkenes, like how alkenes were named as paraffins, these alkenes are named as olefins. Okay, they are called as olefins. Now, the reason for them to be called as olefins, because now here in Latin, ole stands for oleum. Oleum means oil. Okay. Oleum means here, ole stands for oil, and then here this fin is there. No, that is for phrase. It means to make. Fin stands to make. Okay, so that means these compound alkenes, if you make them to react, the lower members of alkenes, if you make them to react with chlorine or bromine, they were found to give oily compounds. Okay, oil compounds were prepared. The compounds were like in the form of oils, so they were named as olefins. Okay, so this is about alkenes. If you want, I'll repeat once again if there is any problem. I said alkene means these are unsaturated hydrocarbon. Okay, these are unsaturated hydrocarbon which has carbon and carbon. There is a double bond. Means between the two carbon atom there is a double bond. Then we call them as alkenes. General formula for alkenes is CnH2n. Okay, this is a general formula for alkene. And then these alkenes are also called as olefins. Olefins because here according to Latin, oleum means oil. Okay, fins means to make. Means when you make them to react with chlorine or bromine, they were found to give oily compounds. So they were named as olefins. I hope it was clear for everybody. Okay, then make a note of it. Okay, yes. And you all know what is a hybridization, right? Hybridization of alkene is what? Yes, correct. Very good. Hybridization of alkene is sp2 because there is one pi bond here and one sigma bond. Yeah, one p orbital is involved in making a pi bond and remaining 2p orbital makes sigma bond. Okay, so sp2 is the hybridization. Okay, now we'll go for next. Now coming to the members of this alkene, see there is no methane existing. The alkene member starts from ethene. We don't have n is equal to 1. You can't take here. Okay. So, if I write n is equal to 1 here, okay, you will end up getting CH2. Okay, 1 carbon with 2 hydrogen. This does not exist. So, first member for alkene is ethene because between the carbon and carbon atom, you should have minimum 2 carbon atom, no, to give a double bond between them. So that is the reason why the first member for these alkene is ethene. Okay. It is also called as ethylene. Generally, we also call them as ethylene. This is one more name you can remember. Okay. Ethene is also called as ethylene. Yes, over. No, this part is over. So what I told you just now is first member, we don't have methane existing. The first member starts itself from ethene. Okay. Commonly, they are also called as ethylene, where the number of carbon atom is 2, molecular formula is C2H4, and this is how the structure is. You don't have to write everything, students. You just write down. We don't have N is equal to 1. This does not exist. Okay. I will write it here. You write in that way only. Starting with the compounds which is there for alkenes. Okay, I'll write it here. See, compounds for alkenes. If you take N is equal to 1, then you will get CH2. Okay, this compound does not exist. Like that, we have methylene, but then that's an intermediate, okay, which exists only for a fraction of second. It's not a stable compound. So a stable compound does not exist. Okay, so we don't have this one. So we start from N is equal to 2. Okay, that is C2 and then H4, which we call as ethene. Okay, it's called as ethene, commonly called as ethylene. Okay, they are called as ethylene. Ethene is the IUPAC name. Now, if you take N is equal to 3 here, N is equal to 3 if you take, then you will get C3, then H6 double, okay, called as propene. And then so on it continues. So, 1 and 2 compounds are enough. Okay. And then it continues like that. Okay. Yeah. This chart is not required. Okay. This is just a continuation. You know how to write the compound after that. Okay. If I take N is equal to 4, then I'll get C4H8, which is called as butene. Then pentene, then hexane, like that it continues. Okay. Now coming to the uses of these alkene, we have a wide variety of use of alkene. See, ethylene, the first member, now you saw, no, the first member of alkene is ethylene. Now ethene, okay, so ethene is actually a plant hormone which is used for fruit ripening, so it is also called as fruit ripening hormone. Okay, and this gas is responsible for them to become ripened. Okay, when they when the fruit gets ripened, these particular gases been released. Even at home, if you have a raw one, okay, which is just about to ripe, the raw one is there, and if you have a riped one, the riped one usually releases this gas. If you keep along with them, okay, immediately the raw one also will become ripened. Okay, so that is because of the gas which has been released. So it's a natural gas which is being released, but even people try to ripen the fruits by supplying certain amount of concentration of ethylene. Ethylene gas will be supplied over there just to trigger the ripening of the fruits. Okay. And then one more very important use we have nowadays, because plastics. Okay, polythene bags. Now this polythene bag which is there, actually it is made up of ethene. Okay, ethene, CH2 double bond CH2 molecule. When many ethene molecules combine together, that is what we call as polythene. Okay, means there are millions of molecules which are joined together to give rise to these bags which we carry. Polythene bags are there, no, that's made up of an alkene, that is ethene, the first member of alkene series. Even this plastics what we have, no, the toys, the plastic bottles, okay, and these tumblers, everything. These are things which are made up of ethene itself. There is different category of ethenes. When you apply certain temperature and pressure, you can prepare different kind of products using that. Okay, so this is the uses. Just to tell you that we have a lot of application in our daily life for these organic compounds. Okay. Okay, now moving on with the next one. Next, we are starting with isomerism. Okay, isomerism. You know what are isomers, right? Compounds which are having same molecular formula, but they differ in their properties. Okay, at least one property difference if they are having, we call them as isomers. Okay, now these alkenes also exhibit they exhibit structural isomerism. You have studied about structural isomerism. They exhibit structural isomerism. Along with that, there is one more isomer which they exhibit, that is geometrical isomerism. Okay, this is what we are going to concentrate more on, geometrical isomerism. I will not study about, like, I will not talk about the structural isomerism, not required for you. This much would be enough. Okay, so isomers, I'll repeat once again, isomers means a compound which are having same molecular formula but they differ in one or more properties. Okay, then we call them as isomers. The phenomenon exhibited by them is called as isomerism. Okay, I said these alkene also exhibit many isomerism, like structural isomerism as well as geometrical isomerism, but we are going to focus more into geometrical isomerism. Okay, now you can see here compounds which I have taken. I hope it's visible to everybody. You are able to observe this compound, no? Okay, now what is the similarity and difference you are finding here? Just observe properly. If you see now here, yeah, there is a carbon. This black ones are there, no? That is carbon. Okay. This is carbon here. And then you can see a string like this one here, and then there is one more. Okay. So that is for double bond. One is sigma bond and the other one is pi bond. And then you can see two atoms, similar kind of atom attached on one side, and then two similar kind of atoms attached on the other side. You are able to see that. Okay. Now this compound and this compound, what is the similarity between them? Both the compounds are same, no? Because the type of atoms they are attached to is same. See here, I will take this as hydrogen. Okay. Now this I will take as chlorine. It's a green color atom. I'm just taking chlorine here. Cl and then Cl. Okay. This is chlorine atom. So if you see here, across the double bond, now here this is carbon-carbon double bond. You can see to one carbon, one chlorine is attached, and the other side also chlorine is attached. So same group is attached on the same side, and here same group is attached on the opposite side. Otherwise everything is same. If you see, they are having they have same molecular formula. Okay, their molecular formula is same. And structure is also similar. You see, the structure is also similar. So they are having same structural formula. There is no difference in the structure. Structural formula is also same. But what is the difference you are finding here? The difference what you find is the arrangement of these atoms. Okay, this chlorine atom and the hydrogen atom. You see here chlorine atom is on the same side. And here you are seeing that the chlorine atom is arranged on the opposite side. Only that is the difference. Okay, where across the carbon-carbon, double bond. Okay, then such isomers are called as geometrical isomers. Okay, these isomers are called as geometrical isomers, means that geometry is different. Okay, the way they are arranged, no, atoms, the way they are arranged in the space, that is different. But where it is different, across the carbon-carbon double bond, this is restricted rotation. Okay, this carbon-carbon double bond we call as restricted rotation, because you cannot rotate across carbon-carbon double bond, not like alkenes. If you remember, I told you alkenes, they exhibit conformations. They show conformers because there is carbon-carbon single bond. You can rotate this carbon-carbon single bond. Rotation is possible. Now here if I rotate, no, between this carbon-carbon, if you try to rotate this bond, what will happen? That bond will break down. So you can't rotate across carbon-carbon double bond and give a different geometry. Okay. When they are formed only, there is different arrangement of atoms. So restricted rotation is there. Rotation across the carbon-carbon double bond is not possible. Okay. So that is geometrical isomer. So you need to remember this. There is a restricted rotation around carbon-carbon double bond. Such isomers are geometrical isomers. Okay. So two compound, I'll now see the definition, you see, then it will be more clear. Two compounds, just now whatever compounds I've shown you. Two compounds which are having same molecular formula. They had same structural formula also, but difference was there in the spatial arrangement of atoms. It can be atom, sometimes it can be group of atom also. Okay, due to restricted rotation across carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, where the carbon-carbon double bond is there rotation is not possible. Okay, and due to which you are getting different geometry. Such isomers are called as geometrical isomers, and the phenomenon exhibited by them is called as geometrical isomerism. Okay, you can write this down. Then I'll give you few more clarity about that. Give the main heading as this: isomerism in alkenes. Then write down this definition. You all make a note. Yes. Now I'll take example. That time it will be more clear. Okay. See, now I'm taking example of now this compound I will write. You all identify what compound it will be. Okay. See now here. Try to identify what compound I'm writing here. Okay. You can name me the compound. CH3, C double bond O, C double bond, then C, then again CH3 is there. Okay. This side balanced by hydrogen. Can answer? Proper name I want. Correct name for this. Number the carbon first. It's a straight chain. No, there is no branch here. See, there is no branch. It is direct a straight chain. The thing is, I have just arranged them in the different way. That's it. Arrangement I have given in a different way. Because across double bond, we are having double bond no here. So only across double bond, I have changed the arrangement. I want the compound name. I'm asking what is a compound name. It's not butene. You have not seen the where the double bond is present. See here. 1. I will number now. See 1. Then second here. Then third carbon is here. Fourth carbon is here. It's a straight chain compound. No, see, I can write it even in this way. CH3, then CH, double bond, CH, and then CH3. Now can you name? Now it becomes easier for you. Now tell me what is the name. Here, see, this one, which I have written on the top. There is no branch. There is no branch. Yes, correct. Butene is the name. Yes. See here, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Do you find any branch here, students? There is no branch. It's a straight chain compound, no? Only thing is I have written the open structure. That's it. Okay, so I think you are getting confused between seeing that CH3 is a branch. No, CH3 is not a branch here. Okay, it's a straight chain compound. So you are having 4 carbon, correct? No, and 4 carbon you call them as but. So this is called as but. Okay, and where is the double bond you are finding? Between second and third position. And always when you are naming, you consider second one as the least, correct? No, always we should take least numbering when the function. Now here double bond is a functional group. So but 2 and then ene. Okay, very good. Now you are able to get. Okay, so but 2 is a compound name. Okay, now in this, come to the next one. This is first one. No, what about the second one? Second one compound, is it name same? See now here 1, 2, 3 and then 4, correct, no? Again 4 carbon, and between the second and third position there is a double bond. Okay, so again it's the same thing only. Okay, CH3 it is, then again I am having CH double bond, CH, and then CH3. Yeah, it is same, so the name is same again, butadiene itself. Okay, but what is the difference you are finding now in both of them? You are seeing here this one CH3 here, and CH3 is on the same side of the carbon carbon double bond, and hydrogen also, if I am taking hydrogen, is also on the same side, correct, no? See this hydrogen and hydrogen matching, correct, no? And here also CH3 matching with each other, like on the same side of carbon carbon double bond. Okay, and here this side also, if you see carbon carbon double bond, this side CH3 and then CH3, but here they are present on the opposite side. Okay, and here this hydrogen and hydrogen is again present on the opposite side. That is the difference. Okay, so there is a name given, correct, Rion? There is a name for this. So here if they are present on the same side, because both the names are similar, then how will you identify them? There should be some difference we should give, no? So a naming is given. If they are present on the same side of the carbon-carbon double bond, we call them as cis. So this is called as cis butadiene. Okay, cis butadiene. If they are present, this compound, okay, the groups which are there, if they are present, similar groups present on the opposite side of the carbon-carbon double bond, then we call them as trans. Okay, the name used over here, the prefix name is called as trans butadiene. Okay, so that is the difference which we are using here. So remember in geometrical, so geometry is different, no? Again, see, compound molecular formula is same, structure is also same. Okay, what is the difference? Difference is the atom. This atom here, hydrogen is atom or group of atom. Okay, which is present across the carbon carbon double bond where rotation is not possible. So that is geometrical isomer. So if the similar groups are present on the same side of carbon carbon double bond, you remember they are called as cis. If the similar groups are present on the opposite side of carbon carbon double bond, then they are named as trans. Okay, so you have to write this full name, but before this you will add cis, and before this you will be adding trans. Okay, I hope it's clear now for everyone. So you can write down now type of geometrical isomers. We are having two. A geometrical isomers where similar groups are present on same side of carbon carbon double bond, that is called a cis isomer. A geometrical isomers where similar groups are present on the opposite side of the carbon carbon double bond. Okay, then they are called as trans isomers. Example I've given here is butadiene. Okay, so you can see here butadiene. These are on the same side, so cis butadiene. And then here CH3 is on the opposite side, so it is trans butadiene. Cis. Now make a note of this. See, I'll repeat once again. Geometrical isomers means, now when you take a compound, okay, this geometrical isomerism will be exhibited by alkenes. Okay, so alkene usually exhibit this isomerism. Now here, the compound which I have taken is butadiene. Okay, because on numbering you will get to know that the name what you get, okay, the name is similar for this compound as well as for that compound. So what difference you are finding here? The difference what you find is the group which is attached. Okay, the groups which are attached to where carbon carbon double bond. Okay, so when you see carbon carbon double bond attached to that, the groups which are there. Okay, so if you find that the compound is having same name, same molecular formula, okay, same structural formula, both of them you see the structure wise they are same molecular formula, they have same molecular formula, they are having same structural formula. Okay, but what is the difference? Difference you are finding is in the group, okay, arrangement, spatial arrangement of atoms where across carbon carbon double bond. Okay, then such isomers are called as geometrical isomers. Now, if these groups are present on the same side of carbon-carbon double bond, okay, means one group attached to one group attached to another carbon, but both are on the same side. Okay, like here you see hydrogen and hydrogen also. So hydrogen and hydrogen are on the same side. Then we call them as cis isomer. But if the group which is attached, they are on the opposite side, okay? So you can see here hydrogen and hydrogen on the opposite side, CH3 and CH3 on the opposite side, okay? So if they are on the opposite side, then we call them as trans isomers, okay? These are called as trans. So that is the classification. Yes, both the compounds are same. They are CH3, CH, double bond, CH and CH3. Only what difference has come is because of this arrangement of the atoms which are attached to this carbon. This second carbon is there, no, this carbon. Okay. So depending on if CH3 is on this side and CH3 is on this side, then you get cis. If CH3 over here and CH3 comes down, then they are trans. That's it. Okay, that is the difference. Yeah. So that is what I told you. You have two classification, two types are there, cis isomer and trans isomer. Okay. Okay, now we'll go for next. Our next topic is preparation of alkenes. Okay. Next topic of discussion is preparation. Now first preparation we are going to do from alcohols. Alcohol is made to react with acid. Okay, when alcohols are made to react with acid, we will be getting alkene.